Hey everybody, it's Julie. Welcome to Hello Monday. Today I'm going to be giving you a sneak peek of an upcoming stamp set called Hit That, featuring this adorable piñata. And I'm also going to share a few projects using the Never Ending Fringe die. Now I'm starting out with some extra fine crepe paper by Leah Griffith. It comes in these gorgeous colors, and I used a rotary cutter to trim out these strips, and they're just double the length of the die with a little bit of extra and also a little bit taller than the die. But I wanted you to be aware that this coming die set is unique in that the ends, the left and the right end are open so that this die can keep on cutting fringe like in super long strips if you want. It's just you're only limited by the length of your paper. So that's kind of a fun way to use these. But the project I'm working on today, actually, I don't need anything extra long, so I'm just going to go with it the way it is. Now I took my strips and folded them in half so I could cut 2 layers of each color. So I've got 3 colors folded in half. Going to cut out all of them at the same time. This die will go right through them. And I added some washi tape just to keep things from sliding around. There you can see I got a clean cut all the way through. That's one of the great things about working with, light, extra fine crepe paper or tissue paper, is you can cut through a lot of layers. So now I'm going to trim out the ends because I'm not going to repeat this because my strips are only this long. And then to separate them, I'm actually going to use my fingertips to kind of fan the corner there so I can get a hold of each of these layers and separate them out. So that's the easiest way I've found to pull them apart. There may be something else that's even better, but that's what I did. Now I'm going to create an ombre effect. I'm working on a piece of Neenah Solar White that's been trimmed to 4 inches by 5 1/4. And once I figured out the pattern at which I wanted to lay down my fringe, I'm going to add some double-sided sticky tape to the back of each of these pieces so that they're all ready to go. Now you could use glue if you wanted to, but I wanted something that would dry as instantly as possible, so then that's why I reached for the sticky tape there. And then I'm going to start at the bottom layering my fringe. I'm starting with the darkest color first. Of course, you can mix it up any way you want, but I'm just going to lay down 2 of each of these colors to get the effect I want on this panel. So I'm just going to quickly pop those on, and that double-sided sticky sure makes it quick and easy. I can't argue with that. And then I've got some excess hanging over the side, so I'm just going to run a strip down each end. I could have made them longer on the front, I guess, but it just seemed like this was a good way to go, so that's how I did it. So you do whatever works for you. And then I'm going to lay down those extra strips to seal the ends, around the back side. And then I'm going to take some images from the Hit That set and get those onto the Mini Misty. And I've got a scrap of Neenah Solar White. I'm going to emboss using a Versamark ink and some detail gold embossing powder. I like using detail powder if I'm going to die cut something out, because then it's far less likely to chip off from the pressure of going through the die cutting machine. So that's just kind of something I learned by accident. But if you're going to die cut it later, detail embossing powder is your friend. So I punched a hole at the top of the piñata, and then I'm going to go ahead and rig him up with a little bit of gold twine and just make a little knot there. And I wanted to make sure that I had enough excess there because I'm going to secure it to the backside. I wanted to have a little bit of slack, so it looks like the piñata is maybe bouncing or swinging around a little bit, not just completely, dead still. And I love the effect of this like gold embossing on white for the piñata itself, and then all the color is coming from the fringe behind it. And then I'm just going to mount all the other pieces. I've got some foam tape on the back of those, and then I can go ahead and add more tape to the back side of this panel. Now I did trim off the excess because at first I wasn't going to. I didn't think it would be a problem, but then I was like, man, this is getting in my way. So I was like, okay, nobody's going to see this part, so I'm just going to whack that off. And then when I've got the tape all around the perimeter there and also some in the middle section, I can go ahead and peel away those liners. I like to peel them away partially and then use those little liner papers like handles. So then if I need some fudge room, and I don't get it down straight, I haven't like completely cemented it to the card base. So there you go. Now it's all mounted perfect. And that was such a quick and fun card. Isn't it cute? So now I'm going to take more of these. Now, this time I used the small fringe die. So this has got the smallest pattern of fringe. And I took the strip of crepe paper and I cut it in half. And I've got these toothpicks. You can get these round pointed toothpicks at the grocery store. And they're perfect for making these little party picks. So I'm just going to fold this strip in half. And I'm using a hot glue gun. And I'm working on the waffle flower media mat because it's made of silicone. It can handle those high temperatures, so I don't get any of that hot glue on my workbench and ruin anything. And when it's cold, you can just peel up, the hot glue boogers and throw them away. So I'm like, man, this thing is so handy. I love it. Now, I was a little bit, when you're watching me, I'm a little bit gingerly putting these together, but it's only because I haven't worked with a glue gun in years. And I mean years. When I bought this glue gun, I bought it years ago. It was just a cheapy little thing. I thought, I might need a glue gun for something at some point. And I know they make more highfalutin glue guns now that have different temperatures and stuff like that. This one's just high. And I was just really nervous about burning my fingers. So I was like, okay, just be a little bit careful here because it's hot. Now, I have made some of these tassels before just using white glue. The Tumble Mono Multi works really well, but you have to hold it and pinch it all together and allow it to set up. So it takes maybe a little bit longer than using hot glue, whereas the hot glue sets up. And I just took a little strip of gold foil cardstock and wrapped that around to create that, the pretty fancy end of my tassel. There you go. I got those little picks that are great for parties. And to make one out of cardstock, I cut some strips of cardstock with the small fringe, and then I cut those strips in half lengthwise, or not lengthwise, widthwise. So I'd have two separate pieces of fringe to make a bunch of tassels. And all I'm going to do now is I kind of wound it around a bamboo pick to kind of train it to curl around. And then I'm going to take another strip of, this is like a 1/8 inch strip of cardstock and just create a little loop that's going to go inside. So I'll trim off the excess there and then lay down a little bit of that hot glue again and press that there. Make sure that it's secured firmly, and then I can start rolling this up and adding more hot glue as I go. So you could run it all the way down, but I found that when I ran it all the way down, I was a little too slow in rolling it up and it hardened before I could get it all the way secure. So then I was like, okay, since I'm so chicken, I'm going to burn my fingers. Let's just put a dab of glue, roll it, secure it, add another dab of glue, roll it, secure it. And I seem to do much better that way. And then the same way, I'm going to decorate this one the same way with just a little, like a 1/8 inch strip of this gold foil cardstock, because I have lots of scraps of this cardstock laying around. And I just wrapped it around and used that glue, just put a dab and roll it to as far as I need it. And then you can just trim off the excess. You don't want to keep winding it around and around and around because it's going to bulk up, right? So there we go. Trim off that, and I've got this fun little tassel. And once it's finished, you can kind of fan out the bottom there to give it a little bit more sway because it is cardstock. And then loop some twine through the top there and hook it onto your bow on a package, and you've got this cute package embellishment that I think is so fun. It's a fun little fiesta. So I hope this has inspired you in different ways to use the Never Ending Fringe die and to hit that stamp set. Thanks for watching.